Hi there, this is a quick tutorial for a song called Mo's All Night Cafe. I think there's a YouTube video of it around, of us playing it live with the band Mountaineers. It's kind of four distinct sections really. The first section is a loop, a chord loop. It's very straightforward. It's a D sus4 to a D and then an A to an A sus4, but it's not down here at the, you know, in the sort of like normal position. It's actually up the neck, and I think that's what makes it sound kind of unique. So it's this D sus4 here, so that's open D, and then it's I've got my third finger on the 7th fret of the G string. I've got my pinky on the 8th fret of the B string, and my first finger on the 5th fret of the high E. So you get, so I'm going sus4 to D. These are great. I use them all the time. The way that I learned them was for backing sets of tunes as an alternative to the D down here. So D sus4 to D, and then an A here, which I use frequently. So it's just like an inversion of the A that you do down here. So it's 7th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the G string, 5th fret of the B string, and then you've got an open E and an open A. And if you want, you can have an open E on that as well. You get, so you get, that's great. And then all you do is you put your pinky just in front of your second finger like this. And that's, so you got your sus4. So I put my pinky on the 7th fret of the G string to get the A sus4. So I've got D sus4 to D, and then I'm just moving my fingers up. A sus4. Then this is a cool chord. It's called Bm11, and all I'm doing is this finger here, my second finger. So I'm leaving my first, fourth, and third where they are, and all I do is take my second finger and I place it up here on the that's the 6th string on the 7th fret. And what happens is you mute the A, or I'm muting the A because I have a little fat bits on the top of my fingers. That gets you the B minor 11. And then it goes E, it says E to E7. I don't know if I ever actually did. Maybe I did. It could be, I think sometimes I played that E to E7, which you know, I mean, but there's a really nice E to E7 up here, and I think maybe I stopped doing that and just played E7. But there's a lovely E7 if you don't know it. It's on the 7th, 6th and 7th fret. So it is from the 6th string, you've got an open 6th string because that's an E, and then you've got 7th fret with your second finger, 6th fret with your first finger, 6th fret of the D string that is, and then 7th fret of the G string with your third finger, and that gets you and every other string open. Really nice open E7 if you don't know it. And what you can do is with your pinky, if you lift your third finger off, or you can leave it on actually, if my fingers don't split properly there, but I put my pinky here, which is the 7, 8, that's the 9th fret of the G string, and you get an E major. It's absolutely brilliant. If you've ever heard Back of the Moon's version of Sands of the Shore, it features this chord prominently as a... one of my proudest moments, coming up with that. Anyway, it's just it's a really nice E, so you get this E. So if I play around that loop, so it just goes round that loop, that's every single verse. So you've got D sus4 to D, then A to A sus4, and I think I'm doing that, and then I've got B minor 11. I think it just goes to E7. I don't think it goes... Seems a bit fussy doing that actually. I'm going to change it now and say just go to E7, even if I do that on the recording. And then the chorus, again, very straightforward. I can't break this glass, my hands are so cold. Oh yeah, you see that E7? It is actually just a C7 shape slid up. So if you want, when you're playing it, you can put your first finger on the B string on the 5th fret. Really nice. That's great as well. That's a movable shape. So if you mute your high E and mute your low E string, you've you've got a D7 there, like wherever you move it, where your third finger is the name of the chord. So yeah, C7, C sharp 7, D7, E flat 7 or whatever, E7. We can argue about whether that's a flat or a sharp somewhere else, maybe in the comments. Yeah, sorry. And I can't just with my hands are so cold. Chorus G. More likes the way that he walks, like he's been in the saddle. Just repeats that. It's just a very simple descending bass line, so it just goes G. I do the 2-finger G here as well. Pretty much always I'm a 2-finger G. More likes the way, and I just do my first finger on the 2nd fret of the 6th string, and again muting that A with the pad of this finger here. So more likes the way, then a D chord like it walks, D sus like it's been in the saddle. And I think I did that. Did we do that? There's like a little pushed C add 9, which is quite nice. And the C add 9 again, I'm not playing that. I'm not playing the 3rd. I'm not playing the D string. So it's, yeah, and the G as well is that probably it's a G5 officially because it doesn't have a 3rd again. It doesn't have a B in it. So, okay, so that's G. So that's the chorus. So when you get to the end of the chorus, more likes the way that he doesn't do fiction, only facts. Well, that was badly sung. And then there's a break, and this is like another classic rundown, B minor. And then all I'm doing is leaving this part of the shape on, playing a B flat, which is quite a stretch, as you can see. A. When I put the A on, for some reason, I automatically put my first finger on the E string there. So you get that. Then I'm going to do B minor with a G sharp, and I do it by going like this. There's probably a tidier way of doing that. Then B minor, oh no, then it just goes to G. I was going to say it goes to G major 7, but it doesn't. So I'll just play that break again, so it goes B minor, B minor with a B flat bass, B minor with an A bass, B minor with a G sharp bass, G5 chord, A7, and then into the next verse, which is just like a mouse, eyes brimming with tears, heady mix of alcohol, childhood and fears. Her baggage wouldn't fit on a flatbed truck, hypochondriac, paranoid, down on her luck. Into a chorus. More likes the way that she nurses, drink in her hand. So this is all pretty straightforward. There's that push again. More likes the way she describes her ultimate man. And then this is where it gets interesting. So it's F sharp minor here. Daylight appears, still a distance away. Now I've changed the chords here because I can't actually, what's written on my sheet here doesn't make sense to me anymore. Is it an F sharp minor or is it just an F sharp? I think it is an F sharp minor. Daylight. It must be just an F sharp minor, daylight, and then it feels like F sharp 7 appears, then B minor, still a distance, with an A bass away. Geez, time we were off, it's alright, and then I've changed it to this. It says on my sheet again, F sharp major with a B flat bass. I find that hard to believe, unless it's that. It's alright, you can stay, but they all leave together. Or maybe it is that actually. Sorry, but no idea what I'm doing. So the F sharp minor would be daylight appear, still a distance away. It's quite nice. There's two ways of doing this basically. So one way is to go F sharp minor, daylight, and then it's this chord here, which is I don't even know what that is. It's my first fret is on the, my first finger is on the B flat, the first fret of the A string, second fret of the D string, third fret of the G, second fret of the B. Probably some kind of diminished, I don't know. I wasn't very good at chord theory back then. It's kind of like an F sharp 7 with a B bass. You can tell me if you can figure it out. The other option is just to put the F sharp bass up here and just play an F sharp 7, which I think now sounds nicer, and had I known how to play that chord when I wrote the song, this would be the chord that would be in it. So, daylight appears, B minor with an A bass, G, this time we're off, D. It's alright, and I'm going to go for that F sharp 7 again. It's alright, you can stay. That's nice. B minor, but they all leave. B minor with an A, G, they don't leave a tap. And then A7, they've not touched your dress, not even a sip. And then it's the chorus. More like the way they all fill the cafe with life. More like the way that they visit her every night. More like the way that they wait with her till they see light. And then there's this extended outro. More like the way that they vanish. And here's the chord. Ghosts in the night. And then that bit from the break. More like the way they vanish. Because they're ghosts, they vanish. Yeah, so that wee end bit there is G. Well, G5. G with an F sharp bass. Sometimes I play it with my first finger, sometimes I hook my thumb over. More like the way that they then just a straight D, and then here's that F sharp 7. Really nice. If you don't know this chord, by the way, it's first finger on the second fret of the 6th string. And then you're muting the A string completely. Second finger is on the second fret of the D. Pinky is on the 3rd fret of the G string, and then your first, the only other finger you haven't used, your 3rd finger, your ring finger, is on the 2nd fret of the B string. So I'm not playing the high E and I'm not playing the A. Absolutely brilliant chord, and again it's a movable shape. So wherever your first finger is, whatever the name of that note is, it's that 7. So F sharp 7 up on the 5th fret, nice A7. Nice B7 here. It's a great shape. And also if you move it down a string, just by the by, you get a really nice minor 7. So the same shape down everything down a string, and whatever your first finger is. That's another lesson. It'll turn up in some other song, probably already has. Anyway, that's Mo's All Night Cafe, and I might even do a recording of me singing it now, because I've not sung it for years and I actually quite like it. If you want any more how to play my song videos, just give me a shout. Happy to do it. I love to know that people are out there playing these songs. This song's due a comeback, so thank you very much. I've forgotten the name of the person who asked me to do this tutorial, but thank you very much. I will find your name and put it in the comments below to say thank you properly. But yeah, I completely forgotten about it, and I may get resurrected for the 2023 gigs, actually. Grand. Cheers now.